on the walking pad. I am in the planning process for the engine build. This is my first time ever building an engine. And my dad, so for those of you who don't know much about my backstory, my dad bought a 69 Camaro for him and I to build together. Before he passed, he had two engines, two 383 strokers that him and I took to TEM Performance. It was in Napa at the time. Now it's in Sonoma in California. We took the engine there to have Rich take them apart and evaluate them to figure out, what needed to be done for it to be built. Fortunately, my dad passed after that. And once I decided to take on the project myself, I decided to go to Rich and let him know that I want to be as involved as possible. And it's taken a while to even get to the planning process. It's been, because it was 2020 when my dad passed. So it's taken a while because I am working on gaining the the knowledge to be able to even sit down and have a conversation about components of an ninja build. Also, building relationships with companies that sell parts so I can better understand what their products are, what would be best for me, what I'm looking for. And I finally made some phone calls today. Rich had me put a list down of all the different people that I've communicated with, the different parts that I have, the parts that I'm planning to use on the car, and then figuring out who would be good for me to contact to, um, for the inner components of the engine. So I called a couple of them today. I'm on Pacific time, so I tried to call a little bit earlier. I know it's Friday, so um, I left a couple voicemails. I did talk to a couple people though, and I'm really excited. The next step would be figuring out who would want to be involved with the build, and also kind of giving an idea of what I'm looking for because I want to be able to do content with if you guys have seen some of my other videos, I do like how it's made style videos too. And I'm trying to see if comments do pop up, I should be able to see them. Um, but for some reason I don't see anything at the bottom. Anyway, so oh I'm like so excited. Okay, cool. Hi guys. I was like, oh, something should be popping up. So yeah, no, I got so excited. I got a little bit off. I got a little bit off track. I'm doing well, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. So I am going to figure out what companies want to be involved with my build, and then kind of planning from there. What I would really, really like to do, the most ideal, is figuring out what parts, specifically what I'm going to use with what companies, and go to where they build the parts and do it's how it's made style videos. Um, I'm not running, I'm walking. I have a walking pad. I figured to come on here and talk with you guys because the last time I went live, I wasn't like right next to the camera, so I couldn't actually communicate with you guys. And I like actually talking with people. So yeah, I have, if you guys have looked at my channel before, I've done how it's made of clutches. I went to Centerforce clutches. When I am ready to make my clutch, I'm going to go back there and we're going to make my actual clutch. And I just watched them make random people's clutches. So that would be the most ideal is to figure out what parts, what companies, and be able to see how they make those parts. And then that's kind of like later down the road. Next steps now is getting contact with those specific people to figure out who would want to be involved in the project. And then I'm hoping to do like a Zoom call with all of them and then my engine builder. Because I'm so new, like gearhead language is a totally different language. Being able to speak numbers and all that other stuff, like it's so much, it goes over my head. And I told Rich, that's my engine builder with TEM Performance. I told him I'm going to ask everybody if I can record the call because it would be great to have it all on recording that I can go back and rewatch it and have a better understanding of what everybody's talking about when they're explaining different parts and the measurements, because that is super important. That's like having small minute differences in terms of measurements inside of an engine can make a really big difference in it functioning properly, what your horsepower is, all that stuff. So um we're gonna I want to coordinate that. That would be like the next thing after I figure out who wants to be involved. So yeah, I figured to give you guys a little bit of an update that if you want to follow along, you're going to need to subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more exclusive content too. So I do have membership opportunities and it will be going live more often. There are a couple of videos already up there that I've gone live just for members only. Um, so there are going to be some more behind the scenes to share with you guys and be able to interact more with the community, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to continue walking on the treadmill. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. What else? Oh, my brother's car, we're gonna be putting the seats back into the 68 Mustang Fastback. Um, it's just been raining. I don't know, you can't really see it from here, but it's been raining and it's not in the garage. My Camara's in the garage, so I don't really want to take the cover off Matthew's car when it's raining because we also need to replace the seals, at least on the back window, because it's completely cracked and there's no way I'm going to put it out in the rain because it will definitely leak. We're going to put the seats back into his car. We do need to replace one of the seat belts in the rear because when I took the seats out, you could tell that one of the seat belts was completely shredded. And not very safe to have someone in the rear with the seatbelt being practically like non-existent. And then we're going to drive it some more since it's still doing the self-tuning, self-learning aspect for the Holly Sniper EFI 2. We're going to do some more of that. And I got behind the wheel last time. I didn't share it on YouTube because I'm usually the one who records. So if I'm driving and trying to figure out how to drive manual, I'm not going to be on my phone recording. I'm hoping that maybe I can get a friend to sit in the back seat and record while Jeff is teaching me so that I can be completely focused on driving and that I don't get in an accident or hurt anybody, right? Not only the fact that it's illegal to use your phone as I'm drilling on myself, be on the phone while you're driving at the same time. So yeah, there's that. I know there's so much more that's going on. I'm going to be changing the headlight housings for my truck once the weather gets a little bit better. Um, I might need to change some suspension stuff on my truck, my 2006 Chevy Silverado, because ever since we changed out the body bushings and then the engine mount and the engine mount bracket, it's been making like this like squeaky noise. I can have Jeff look at it, but it seems to be making the noise anytime like there's like impact change. So I'm wondering if it might be the suspension in the front. So we're going to be looking to do that. There's so many projects in the future. And then I'm working on getting more connected locally with local businesses. Buck Automotive is a local business that the owner actually just got awarded Women of the Year for our district by the state assembly. And she's also the president, I think it's considered president of the chamber for Carmichael Chamber. I'm a member of the Carmichael Chamber as well. And I'm hoping to do some content with her business. And then there's a local coffee shop. I think it's called Fast Cat. It's a coffee shop, but I guess the whole inside has a bunch of uh, uh, automotive memorabilia. So I'm hoping to get connected with them and be able to get a tour and get some stories about the stuff that they have around their business. And supposedly they have really good grilled cheese as well, which I like. I like a good grilled cheese. So you guys are awesome. Do you have any questions for me while I'm on here? That I'm actually like looking at the comments, like that I'm not like on the other side of the room wrenching. Oh, I will be doing some more. I got some new tools from Harbor Freight and gonna kind of share a little bit about that. I got my own torque wrenches finally, because right now I pretty much just use Jeff's stuff, and I don't want to just continuously have him bring tools over. I have my own toolbox, like I'm going to need to have my own spread of tools. So I'm slowly building up on that, and I will be sharing some videos in the future about the tools that I got and uh, like my experience with them and whatnot. So, all right, I don't see any additional questions. You guys are awesome. Have a great weekend. Make it count. Get yourself outside, get active, do something productive, spend time with your family, your loved ones, and I'll see you guys soon.